I mean, so it's just like I started out in middle school just doing my own, and then I went to high school, started doing my own wigs and weaves. You want to treat your hair like royalty, so it's royal and it's curls. Everybody has a curl pattern, a curl texture. My job pushes me and makes me realize like every opportunity I done had to move up, I've been knocked down.
What seed do you want to plant for those people?
Never leave your 9 to 5 unless
Truth in the air, let it speak.
Welcome back to another episode of Creative Roots. Let me back my mic out because
He do this all the time already.
all the time.
Why he won't just get started?
I did. I was already started.
But you couldn't, like, you started and then you just cut the start. Like,
You ain't watched none of the episodes. That's why you talking like that.
I'm watching a few episodes already, but still.
Arabia, can you please let these people know I've already started? I just have to I'm here though. I'm here though.
okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast, where seeds sown become visions grown. Y'all, today, this episode, we have the lovely Arabia Miyari. She is here, born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is a hairstylist, a vlogger, and she also makes her own essential oils. Did I get that right? Essential
Yes.
oils. Essential makes a very big difference. So, Arabia, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
So like he said, yes, my name is Arabia Miyari and I am a natural hairstylist, which I'm going to become a cosmetologist looking for the color, okay? I do create my own oils. I do have a whole natural hair care line, which it is coming into effect. So I will be having shampoo, conditioner, all those good things. But right now I do have essential oils. And yes, I am vlogging. So check out my YouTube channel at Arabia Miyari YouTube.
So let me go ahead and let y'all know something too. If you've been watching me on my channel, Tay with the Edits, or the Charlotte Podcast Studio page, you see the thickness that's coming in right here? You see the thickness? It's because she got this beard oil. And when I tell you that beard oil is making magic, yes, the length on my hair, I use hers because I don't use anything else. Since she's given me the first bottles, I haven't used any other oil on my scalp or on my beard. I mean, I might be looking a little rough because I didn't get a chance to use it this morning because I was rushing out the house. But I'm just letting y'all know, you need that beard oil. Barbershops, hairstylists, hey, she the one. Go ahead and get that.
You, I got barbers. They be getting my beard oils, so
Yes.
check in.
So let me ask this question. It's about where you started your journey, how you got into the industry as far as doing hair and becoming a vlogger. I feel we're going to really hit more on the hairstylist part, the cosmetology stuff, and we're going to go that route. So I want to know, at what age or around when, like what was the first seed that was planted that had you say like, I want to do hair?
Sorry, mama. But I wanted some box braids in middle school, and my mama was like, she ain't paying for that. So I had to go to YouTube University. And from then, that's when I started braiding my own hair.
So your mama said, you ain't getting that in your head. And you said, well, I'm going to figure out how to do it myself.
Nah, she said she wasn't paying for it.
Oh,
She said
well,
she
that
wasn't
makes a
paying for
big
that.
difference.
She
Money
said she
make a
ain't
big
paying for that.
difference. Okay, okay.
So I had to learn how to do it myself.
So what was that process like, learning how to do it yourself? Was it difficult trying to do your own hair? Because I know, like, if I was trying to do my own head, like, I can't shave the back because,
Yeah.
I can't see back there.
Yeah. In middle school, when you in middle school, it was difficult. I was probably like in the 7th grade. So like I had my little iPod touch. I'm telling my age. But yeah. 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 I had my iPod touch. And I was on YouTube learning how, and that's when YouTube was popping. It was, yeah. So I was learning I was watching tutorials on how to box braid. And I just did it. The parts weren't right, but the braids looked right.
Oh, God. As long as the braids look right,
The
I think we
braids.
can chalk up the crooked parts being a
There was crickets.
design.
I don't know what. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, so how did everybody receive that? Like when you were going to school, they were just like, "Ooh, Raby got her hair done," or they were just like, "Ooh, take that out." Like,
No, they liked my hair, like, cause when you in middle school, you know, you still trying to grow up and learn yourself. So it's kind of like they liked my hair. It was something different because I've always did natural styles. My mom, she did like twist styles, twist, and I always thought I looked like a boy. So I was like, I want braids in my head. I want my hair pressed out and stuff like that. So that's when I started getting more into doing my own hair. And then that's when I ventured into doing wigs when I got more so into high school and just saving money doing it myself. Because when I started getting a job, I didn't want to pay for it either. So I'm like, well, I might as well do my own hair. I had my mama braid me down and I slap on my wigs. So yeah.
yeah, that's like high school. I started shaving myself, and I was like going to the barbershop because the way my hair grows, I have to go like I would be in the barbershop like every other week. And I'm like, at that time, $8, $10,
That's
that
nothing.
that's a lot of money when you in high school.
I guess if you ain't got no, but if you got a job,
I had one. Listen, I don't like spending money. I don't like opening my wallet to do anything.
compared
Okay.
to now, and going every week is about like $50, between $50 and up.
Yeah, and that's why I'm still in the house. Getting that line is perfect. Yeah, that look good. That look good. And then I take that beard oil and it helped me define what my line is. Cause I know, where my hair is thick
Yeah.
is where it's supposed to be. Like it's supposed to be way down here. I don't like that. So I know with using your beard oil, it helps it grow further up. The thing I don't like, and it ain't nothing with your oil, it's just when it grow all down here. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah, it
But
is hair
yeah,
growth.
in high school, it was a group of us that stayed on the same block, and I don't care what you call it, we was playing barbershop. And I think out of all of us, maybe two people actually became barbers. So it was dope. So I get it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I couldn't braid or plait my own head. It wasn't going down. It wasn't. It was going up,
Oh
but it
my
wasn't going
gosh.
down. It wasn't laying down. So, but that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your whole story right there, huh?
I mean,
Because I
yeah.
know it's more.
I mean, so it's just like I started out in middle school just doing my own, and then I went to, grew up, went to high school, started doing my own wigs and weaves, and then I got into color, and then I was just like, okay, well, if I'm gonna be, I took a little break from doing hair,
Hmm.
but I never really did other people's hair. So like I may have colored their wigs or bleached their wigs, but I've never really actually did their hair.
Nobody's hair on their actual head, like attached to their
Yeah.
scalp.
Yeah. Cause I could always do it and they were like, oh, can you do my hair? And I just be like, no. Cause I just didn't want to do other people's hair. I didn't want to mess it up. Like
Just
I
know,
knew I
huh?
could do it, but it's just I didn't want to mess it up. And
Just know.
then yeah.
No.
Just no. And so it's just like got into college and I was just like, college is not for me. And then I was working. Well, I didn't say college was not for me. The college I went to wasn't for me. But
Bad
then
experience, I'm assuming.
it wasn't a bad experience. It's just that I'm gonna just say I should have went to HBCU.
We're gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave that one
I'm gonna just
alone.
say that. But other than that, it was just like when I realized that with my degree, when I came out with a bachelor's, I was gonna be making $12 and I was already making 15 at my current job. I was just like, well, what's the point? I'm gonna just drop out. I have a bachelor's and you're gonna tell me I'm making $12. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, so then I was just like, I'm gonna just continue with my job. And then it's just like, my job is just a job. I don't wanna be there. So I was like, let me just go ahead and take on effect of my hair care line because I've always been into hair. I've been doing my own hair, love my own natural hair. So I was just like, let me just go ahead and make my own natural hair care products. So I actually took in 2018. I actually started, but I didn't legalize my business until like 2020
Mm,
because I took those 3 years to actually formulate my ingredients. And then I thought about going to school to be a chemist, but I was like, that's doing too much. So
okay.
yeah, so I went back onto YouTube University.
YTU at its finest.
Yes, and learned how to be a chemist, learned how to formulate my own products and the things that I needed. And I did research about different organic products, different natural products that can help your hair grow, different oils, different carrier oils, some alcohols that are good for the hair that I could put in my products when I start making shampoos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
because I'm waiting on the shampoo.
yeah.
I'm waiting on the shampoo. I need the shampoo. But go
I'm
ahead.
so ready. I'm so ready. But yeah, so I started investing in that more, and like I started out with the oils, and I was just like, if I'm gonna be in my head, I was like, if I'm gonna be a natural hair care line, I want to have the first natural hair care line for dermatologists. But it's okay that I can be the second. You know, one person came out already, but it's fine because she's established. So, you know, I don't mind being the second. But then I just was like, well, I want people to know that I know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want them to think
Right.
that I'm a CEO and I just make hair products to make money off of it because it's a great investment and people need their hair done. So I was like, let me just go to school to do natural hair. And so people know that I know what I'm talking about because I went to school for hair. Like, this is
Right.
what I do. And so that's what took me into going to school to get my natural hair care license. And then I started building up my clients. They loved my oils. It was making their hair grow, making their hair healthier and thicker. And then they started wanting color. And then I was like, oh, I can't color with my license. And so I just took the leap of faith and was like, okay, let me just go back to school for cosmetology because cosmetology is like everything.
True.
And it's just like now I'm in like a whole different world. So it's just like, I like cuts. I like the color. Definitely going to continue the color. But it's like a whole different world opens up now. So it's like when I graduate, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna do my hair care line because that's what's more important to me. But like as far as hair, I don't even think I'm going to like do hair like that
Hmm.
anymore. Just because like cosmetology is like a whole different
It's
ball
a
game.
broad title
Mm-hmm.
per se.
Yeah.
You know, like photography or videography. There are different layers in that
Mm-hmm.
title, in that name, you know, because just because you do photography doesn't mean you can take all pictures,
Right.
you know, but it sums up everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Right. So, two things, because you haven't mentioned them. One,
Mm-hmm.
the name of
Mm-hmm.
the line,
Yeah.
and then two, who it was mainly made for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know this, but I want y'all to know. So, let them know
Yeah.
that part, and then we'll go from there.
So the backstory, the name of my brand is Royal Curls. So the backstory is I was coming up with a name, trying to figure out like what's good, because I still want them to know that it's a natural hair care line,
Hmm.
but it caters to the more kinky, curly type texture hair. And Royal Curls just came into mind because of I like, I want them to know that it's more organic.
Hmm.
And looking at different brands and doing my research, I want people to know like it's from the motherland, it's from the soul. So that's why it's an Egyptian goddess on the front of it when you look at the logo.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because the Egyptians, they use nothing but the natural products in their hair to make it grow, to make it healthier,
Only
and to
natural
color it.
juices and berries.
Yes.
Some of y'all know what that's from. For y'all that don't know, y'all too young, but keep watching. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, and then it's like you want to treat your hair like royalty. So it's royal.
Yeah.
And it's curls. Everybody has a curl pattern, a curl texture. So that's where it comes from. So royal curls is part of where, like, you know, your DNA. And that's why, like, my slogan is royalty is in your DNA, because royalty is in your DNA. Your curls is your DNA.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, in order for a seed to take root, right? You have to water it. It has to be nurtured.
Yeah.
And sometimes you actually have to toil the soil that the seed is planted in so it can, grow properly.
Yeah.
So my question is, who or what has watered you, nurtured you, and toiled that soil, like put you through some rough times? I mean, we already know the college, kind of told you a little bit to make you say, maybe I need to just get back to what I appreciate, get back to my roots. Or, if you want to say. So who has watered you and nurtured you along this journey? Because you said you've been doing this 4 years, 2016, 2018.
2018, yeah. So definitely my mom, my dad.
That's 7. That's 7 years.
It's a long time, yeah. Definitely my mom and my dad, family members, of course. But it's just really like my motivation and my grind, like my job has really pushed me, because I don't want to work there. I just don't want to work there.
I think a lot of us, I love what I do. I like where I work. I love where I work. Sometimes I like the people too.
Yeah.
But no, I'm joking. But yeah, I love the people I work with. So I get it. Some people don't want that 9 to 5 grind. I mean,
yeah. I'm not built for it. Like, I'm built for it, but like so much that I put into my 9 to 5, if I just have a month to put that into myself, I will go so far. Like, I elevate other companies to the point where I need to elevate myself. And so it's like my job pushes me and makes me realize, like, every opportunity I done had to move up, I've been knocked down. And I just is like, okay, God is trying to tell me, like, this is not for you. Like, a 9 to 5 is not for you. Like, if I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 4, I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go ahead and do inventory, to go ahead and, update a website, do like my editing, my posts, go ahead and, post promo videos, make promo videos, go ahead and put out my content. Like, it pushes me
just
to do
taking
that.
that time that you spend at the 9 to 5 and investing that same amount of time into you personally and into your business.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people understand what that means, but I know a lot of people can't even fathom what you just said, right? So, like, being an entrepreneur, you don't necessarily work within that 9 to 5 space, but when it's something for you, when you get to a certain point, you get to a certain level, you can just sit down and just watch.
Yeah.
Because the way I explain it to people is like, in order to know how to be a CEO, you got to know how to mop the floor.
Exactly.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You got to learn. Let's go back. You got to learn how to sweep the floor.
Exactly.
You got to learn. You got to start with sweeping.
Yeah.
Because what he say on Coming to America, he say, I started sweeping. Not this week. I'm on fries.
Exactly.
It's layers to this. So you have to know what it's like to be an employee before you can be the CEO.
Yeah.
That way you can train people up properly, right? So I don't think a lot of people understand that. And I think people see you hustling, grinding, going and doing a 9 to 5, and then you go and do your regular job. And it's like, I mean, you do your 9 to 5 and then you come home and you work on your business. And it's like, do you ever have time to yourself? And it's like, no,
I don't.
And when you do find that time, I know for me, when I find that time, it's like, dang, I just wasted a whole day.
Yeah.
Me taking one day off, now I feel 2 days, almost a week behind.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you have to learn work life balance, but I'm
Yeah.
always like, is there really a such thing as work life balance? It's either
Mm-hmm.
you working or you're not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And that's
And I want
how.
to say this, I feel like a lot of people that do say that work a 9 to 5, so they don't have to really balance anything
Yeah.
because they're in a set time frame.
Schedule. Mm-hmm.
And when you're off, that's your split. That's your balance. You're
Mm-hmm.
not thinking about work. You're not going back to work. But we get off work to go to work. And
Definitely.
people, that's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot. You
And
know,
see, like for me, I get off work to go to school, to go to work,
working.
to go make sure my business is good.
You go to work so you can pay your bills.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to work so you can get your certification and elevate
Yeah.
yourself as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to work to what's the word I want to use? To show and prove or
Yeah.
show and tell what you learn from work,
Mm-hmm.
only to repeat the cycle because now you got things like booth rent. You got
Oh my
things like
gosh. Yeah.
getting the products to produce the oil. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have to go back to your day job to pay your bills,
Mm-hmm.
your re-up,
Yeah.
and then you got to go to school so you
Mm-hmm.
can make sure that you keep your certification and get a higher one,
Yeah.
and then go home and work on the website, work on your
Mm-hmm.
oils, do your vlogging and everything. Y'all,
Yeah.
that sounds extremely tiring, does
It
it
is
not?
tiring. It is tiring.
But the thing is, you have to make it worth it for
Yeah.
yourself. You have to make it worth it for your family. And you can't worry about what other people say. And I know personally on your journey doing this,
Mm-hmm.
with the hair care line and everything like that, I know that you dealt with the naysayers. And
Mm-hmm.
the question is, how has your support grown since day one until now, year 7? Like, do you have more people supporting you? Do you have
Mm-hmm.
more people buying and purchasing your oils?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have more people believing in what you told them 7, 8, 10 years ago? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. So I do have a bigger support system, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it's like I'm networking now. I used to not be like a network type of person, but I'm networking now. So it's like in my suite, I have barbers that cut across from me. So they buy in bulk the beard growth oil and their clients love it. So I'm getting to the point now to where it's like I'm winding down in school. So I know that my extra time when I'm out of there, I'm going to be spent on making my oils. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm looking for like manufacturers to like manufacture my oils because now I'm
Mm,
able to invest in different companies to formulate my formulations for me. So I wouldn't have to
right.
do it. So that part won't take up my time. So doing the research for that, which is like difficult, which goes into like another aspect of what you're saying, like when you like want to be a CEO and you want to relax and like just let your business run itself. I feel like for me, it would never like I want to relax and I want to let my business run itself, but the business person in me, I just know that I'm gonna find something else to do because it's just like when you're looking for manufacturers to formulate your oils,
Mm-hmm.
they don't they don't necessarily have all of your oils. So now I'm thinking about opening up a manufacturing company to manufacture other people's oils.
She about to open up a whole warehouse on y'all right here
So
in
it's just
Charlotte.
like, when you're an entrepreneur, you think your mind never stops thinking
True.
about business stuff. So it's just like,
What's next?
yeah. And it's just like, I'm making sure you keeping it in the lines of, having good managers to run it that you trust, but you can, you're able to step away from it. But my support system has grown to where I'm able to do that now. I'm able to buy in bulk. I'm able to, have other people update my website. Like I can do my website myself, but if I can pay somebody to do my website, I'm gonna just pay you to do it because I realized like that's time off of my hands. So I've got
Right.
to the point where like I can pay other people to do the work that I know how to do, but I'd rather just pay you to do it. Like I'm to the point where I
Save you some
realize,
time.
I realize that I need help.
Allow you to breathe.
Yeah.
And some people don't understand. Sometimes you get to the point you be drowning and you don't even know you're drowning
Yeah.
because you're just used to already quote unquote being underwater.
And I've done it for so long. I've done my website myself. I built up my social media presence. I built up my email list. I've built up all of my platforms. I made my website. I took my pictures. I was my own videographer, photographer, my own promotion manager. Like I did my formulations. I was my own researcher for my bottles. Like I do my own labels. I'm my inventory person. So it's like I do all of that now to the point where I can
Listen,
pay
if you
somebody to
can't
do
do half of
that.
what she said, you're not ready for this. You are not ready for this
And
lifestyle
still working a
at
9 to 5. Still working a 9 to 5, doing all of
Yeah,
that, and going to school on top of that.
all that,
All of that.
all of that. So around what point did you see like well no, I think you already said it. You said in middle school is where like that first you saw that first seed sprout because mama said she ain't paying for that.
Yeah.
And you go from there to not just doing your hair, but going to be licensed and certified to do other people's hair. And from there, well, in the midst of that, you're working on your oils, you're getting them,
Distribute more.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and um, what's the word? You doing it. That's what we're
Yeah.
gonna do. We're gonna
Yeah.
call, she doing it. She doing a lot more than a lot of y'all. She doing a lot. I didn't know she was doing all that. I mean, I knew, but when you hear somebody else say all these things that they're doing, it's like, dang, I do that too.
Yeah.
Dang, I do that too. Yeah, well, we take care of this and we take care of that. But yeah, I do. Well, we can split this because when you got a team, you can split things.
Yeah.
You know, it may not always be split evenly, but you can split the responsibility.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When you
you
don't have
do
that team, it's different.
when you don't have that team.
Yeah. And I'm very picky because it's like my oils are formulated. So it's a certain amount of ounces each oil gets. So like
Per
I
oil,
rather
per ingredient.
yeah. So I rather do my own like I rather do the oils and then like I have somebody clean the bottles, clean, put the labels on there and stuff like that. So it's hard trying to make sure that you have that right person to formulate it out right.
Right.
And not just do like, oh well, 2 more ounces is fine.
Right. Well, we
No.
could drop in just another 0.5
Yeah.
milliliters. We'd be
No.
okay. No,
Yeah.
because it'll throw it off.
Yeah.
It's made specifically for a specific reason, a specific way to take care
Yeah.
of a specific need.
Right.
That's a lot of specifics.
Because
I
if you
said
look
that.
at the oils when you purchase it at royalcurls.shop, you'll see that you'll see the different organic oils in there.
Yep.
So each one, when you look it up, has a particular property that it works on within
Oh,
the body.
tell them what the line is, the name of the line, and what the scent is. Cause man,
Yes, so like even in my journey for doing the hair care products, I really, really looked into it. So like I've learned that different hair care, natural hair care products, they all follow one another. So you have one that's hydration, rice, seed, aloe vera, all of that. I wanted to be completely different. So even though I do like Egyptian, I also like the islands. So I decided to cater my hair care line to like smells of the island. So this line is called Mango Hydration because mangoes give you hydration. I'm not gonna let you know what my next line is because I
yeah,
finally
don't tell them yet.
yeah,
Don't
like
tell them yet.
even though I came out with this line in 2018, believe it or not, I just came out with my next line and what I wanted to specifically target in the natural hair care line. Crazy.
Listen, you walk around smelling oranges all day. You get compliments. You have people that are like, "Ooh, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to get me some."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a problem promoting other people's brands when it's good.
Yeah.
Because again, I wear the beard oil and
Mm-hmm.
the hair oil, the hair growth oil, I use that.
Yeah.
And I think in 2 months, I've gotten maybe 3 inches worth of new growth. That's why this is covered up because I got an important date coming up soon. I can't, we ain't risking it.
Right.
So, all right. So we went through all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You given everything. So my question is, now that you have been this seed that is taking root,
Mm-hmm.
you sprouted,
Mm-hmm.
and you are able to become this new flower or this new plant.
Mm-hmm.
What seeds do you want to leave for other people? Like, what do you want to plant for other people that are on a entrepreneurial or a creative journey themselves, or just starting out trying to figure things out? What seed do you want to plant for those people?
Never leave your 9 to 5 unless your business is making double than your 9 to 5.
That's gold.
And you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired. You have to make sacrifices. Like, if the people in your life don't understand that you're gonna be tired and you're gonna be busy, and that a off day is a off day to you can sometimes mean not really an off day,
Mm-hmm.
then they're not meant to be in your corner fully. Sometimes they are meant to be in your corner, but sometimes you need to have them from a distance.
Yeah.
But but you're gonna be tired, and you have to hustle. Like, you have to hustle. You have to get there, and you have to keep your dream in mind. Like, don't put a time limit on it either, because I've always listened to what Ice Cube said, and it always stuck with me. Like, if you're not willing to lose money in 5 years with your business, you're not meant to be an entrepreneur.
Go sit down.
Yeah, that always stuck with me. So it's just like, yeah, I gave away free products. Yeah, I'm tired, but I can see in the long run. I can see in the long run what I'm doing. And I know that if I push myself like I'm supposed to, like I do at my 9 to 5, I can push myself more in my business, and I can push my business more. So once you get to that stage, I feel like you're on go. It's like nothing can stop you now.
Keep that end goal in mind
Mm-hmm.
and never lose sight of it.
Yeah.
And understand you're going to be tired, because
Mm-hmm.
if you are saying that you're on this journey and you're not tired,
Yeah.
you're not
And you're not
pushing.
putting in the effort. If you're not putting in the effort,
Yeah. If you're not tired,
yeah. If
you're not doing it right.
if you just saying, "Oh, I'm
You're
gonna do
probably
this,"
not doing it at all.
yeah. Like, if you say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it," and if you're not making, like, everything don't have to be perfect. Like, my labels was not perfect. Like, nothing is still perfect, but I do what I have, and I make it work.
Perfection comes along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to keep that in mind
Yeah,
too.
I feel like perfection comes with a team. When you have a fully loaded team, that's when you have perfection.
That makes sense. If you have at least one other person, when you can at
I
least
say
split it.
three, yeah.
That makes sense.
Because even if you have that one other person, it's still two of y'all. You're still going to be the one to put in more work than that other person, because that other person's still trying to learn. But if you have 3 people that's really invested into you and what you're doing, you have a full rotation team. So you have one person who could just focus on your social media.
You know what? That makes sense, because I can't remember where I heard it from, but it's something like 3 points are stronger than 4. That makes sense. Like, if you have something that has 3 points, you have no way to be really imbalanced.
Yeah.
But if you have that fourth leg on that chair, one of these legs can get
fall.
off. And if one of them breaks, I mean, same thing with a triangle. If one of them breaks, is over with. But yeah, if you got at least 3 people on the team, you can make a lot happen.
Yeah.
So, well, that's all I have for this episode. Very informative. Very. And we appreciate you being here because it means a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
I appreciate being here.
yeah, because the goal is to shine the light on where people started. Because a lot of people only see where you are
Oh yeah.
and they don't understand. It's like an iceberg. You only see the tip.
Yeah.
But you don't see that big old chunk of ice that's under the water that's holding up this little old tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it for this episode. So let people know where they can find you on, social media, wherever.
Yeah. So you can follow my hair page at Yari Did That because I did that. That's my Instagram page. You can shop the Royal Curls Mango Hydration line at royalcurls.shop. And then you'll see my face pop up on YouTube like that. But yeah, those are all my socials. And if you ever need your hair done, your locks done, color, I got you. And you in the Charlotte area. But you ain't gotta be in the Charlotte area. You could travel to me.
Oh, so you traveling?
No, they could travel to me.
Oh yeah, she said y'all come to her.
Yeah,
She got a shop. She ain't trying to come to y'all house.
Sweet. It just depends. It depends. It depends. I will travel for the right price.
So y'all better have that money ready because she ain't playing with y'all.
Yeah.
Well, that's this episode. Make sure y'all go check out this Royal Curls hair growth line, mango hydration line. Make sure you get that hair growth oil. Make sure you get that beard oil. I'm speaking from experience. It works. So this episode, we're out and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Hey, real quick, just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast. If you are a creative and you're interested in being a guest on this podcast, feel free to send a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and you can find us at creativeroots.podcast on both, Creative Roots Podcast on Facebook, and we look forward to talking to you soon.